Oklahoma Court of Criminal Appeals finds Peoria Tribe Reservation was disestablished, then reestablished, but that it is intact today. I'm Appeals Attorney James Worth. That's the topic that we have. Another one of these cases out of the progeny from McGirt that decided the rules on determining whether a tribe has been disestablished. So if we have a tribal reservation that's created, if it was not expressly established by Congress, then it remains in full force and effect pursuant to the precedent in McGirt, which means the state of Oklahoma and the counties in Oklahoma lack jurisdiction to prosecute Indians for crimes that occur in those territories. So now after McGirt, we're looking at all these different tribal reservations, determining are they intact or are they not, when applying the precedent from the United States Supreme Court in McGirt. And this case that we have is a new one that deals with the Peoria Reservation. It also deals with the Ottawa Reservation, but we're talking about the Peoria Reservation in this tribe. And it is State v. Brester 2023, OCCA 10. It was decided May 11th of 2023. And in that case, it noted that the tribal reservation was created by treaty in 1867, but interestingly, it was terminated on August 3rd of 1956 when Congress passed the Ottawa Termination Act. However, that Termination Act did not last long, and this is a quote from the case here. It says, "The policy of termination, however, was a failure. It lasted but 20 years before Congress reversed course and adopted a policy focused on reorganizing tribal sovereignty." And they did that through the Reinstatement Act of 1978. And by the language of the Reinstatement Act, it basically completely undoes the termination and restores all the rights expressed prior to that to the tribes. So when looking at all of that history, the Oklahoma Court of Criminal Appeals ultimately determined that in sum, the Treaty of 1867 created a reservation for the Peoria tribe. The reservation, even if diminished or terminated by the Termination Act, was restored by Congress with the express and unqualified repeal of the Termination Act in 1978's Reinstatement Act. So, and that by that language in that act, it says that it was a reinstatement of all rights and privileges lost in connection with termination. So it was pretty clear cut what the intent was when they did the Reinstatement Act. So when interpreting it by the Oklahoma Court of Criminal Appeals, despite the fact that the state wanted them to find that when it was reinstated, it was limited in some way, they could not find the authority to do that. And they went ahead and decided, based on that history, that the Peoria Tribe Reservation was reestablished and it remains intact to this day in Ottawa County, so that for that reservation, the state of Oklahoma lacks jurisdiction to prosecute Indians for crimes that occur there, which means that if they're going to be prosecuted, it would not be up to the district attorney or to the state of Oklahoma or the AG. It's got to be prosecuted pursuant to the rules and procedures in tribal court by the tribe or in federal court, depending on the type of crime and whether they elect to prosecute that. If you are dealing with a question of tribal sovereignty or McGirt or criminal offense in general in Oklahoma, you're not just going to want to take information from a general video. You're going to want to get specific information tailored to your circumstances. You're going to get legal advice. To speak with an attorney at my office to get that, you can go online to makelaweasy.com.